They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker family? It's finally happened, man. Luka the Don has signed his contract extension with the Lakers, baby. Let's hit it. Super excited, man. Super happy, guys. I woke up to this news. Had a late night last night. Woke up to this phenomenal news that, well, we obviously knew Luka was going to sign. It's the Lakers, baby. Who doesn't sign an extension here? Like, the last person that didn't sign a contract extension lived to regret it, and that was Dwight Howard, right? He ended up coming right back here and winning a championship. But Luka does a 3-year deal, okay? It's a 3-year deal with the option on the 3rd year. So here are the details. 3-year deal through 2028, 2029. That's when he has his player option of $160 million with $838,000. That's an average salary of $53,600,000 a year is what the guy is making. Okay, I think Jimmy Butler is making more than him, which is crazy, right? But still, I mean, this is what he's eligible for, and it's all guaranteed, $160 million guaranteed. But like I said, it has a player option in 2028, 2029. We all thought he was going to sign a 4-year deal, but this makes more sense for him because this allows him to opt out and pursue a larger contract. Right after his 10 years of service in the NBA, he can sign up to 35% of the salary cap. So that means that his next contract, all right, could potentially be worth a 5-year, $417 million with the Lakers once his extension is over. So essentially for me, yo, what up, Solo? Good to see you, bro. Essentially for me, what this means is Luka is likely going to be a Laker for life unless there's some sort of disagreement where he requests a trade. And this is what I was trying to get people to understand. A lot of people are saying, well, Dan, aren't you worried that Luka's going to walk? I was like, no, I'm not worried at all. What do I always tell you guys? It's hard to walk away from money. This new CBA has players committing to franchises. You have to understand that when Luka got traded, all right, his eligibility for a 5-year extension or there was like, I think he lost over $50 million in the trade when he got traded because he could have got paid more had he still been under contract with the Dallas Mavericks, over $200 million for sure. And he lost that money. However, he gained a better franchise, better opportunity. He gained a better market. He gained the greatest franchise on earth, and he gained the greatest fan base. That's going to make him so much more money. And this is how it goes, man. This is how it goes. People don't understand. There were some delusional Mavericks fans that thought that he hadn't committed to the Lakers because he was going to go back to them. I felt really sad for them. Like, that's the equivalent of somebody getting cheated on, right? And then they still holding out hope that the ex-girlfriend that cheated on them is going to come back to them eventually one day. Like, that's just sad. And I'm not saying that the Mavericks fans got cheated on because it was really Luka who got betrayed and then the Mavericks fans subsequently. But he was never going to go back there, man. Once you're a Laker, and you get engulfed by the fan base, by the city, the beautiful weather, the amazing things that Los Angeles has to offer, on top of the legacy, the championships, and the history, there's no going back. You have to be a fool to leave us. And like I said, there once upon a time was a fool who left us. His name was Dwight Howard. He regretted it. He ended up coming back, winning a championship, and then eventually begging us to take him back again. But that's neither here or there, man. We're here to celebrate Luka Doncic's contract extension, guys. I wanted to give you guys the update for sure, and I can't be more excited. This is officially his franchise for sure. What up, Walter? Doing good, man. Can't complain, brother. Can't complain. I got in late last night from watching F1. Damn good movie. If you guys haven't checked it out, man, stars Brad Pitt. Damn good movie. I love racing movies, but this once in a while you get something like F1. Definitely a good movie. Kimmy Goat, what's up, girl? How you doing? Just here. Extra blessed that we got the Luka Doncic extension done. Now the casuals can relax because us diehards, we knew what was going to happen. Nobody was concerned on this side. It was really just the casuals or the haters. There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, Luka's going to leave. Watch because of this or that." No. It's the Lakers, baby. You don't leave the Lakers. Luka can't leave these palm trees in beautiful weather. He said it himself. I mean, you could tell he was going to sign that contract extension, man. He was doing the whole media press tour. He wouldn't be doing that if he was about to leave. He was on Good Day LA. He got himself in shape. He wanted this contract extension, right? Again, there's something so special about being a Laker. If you've been to Staples Center, aka Crypto, you know what it is. It's just an aura when you're there. It just feels like you're amongst family, and it's my happiest place on earth. It's my Disneyland. It's a beautiful thing. And on top of that, like I said, Luka's a great player. Great players don't run from the grind, man. He knows that the Lakers have a lot of work cut out for them to become contenders, and he wants to be a part of that. And I do believe Luka's going to be a Laker for a very long time because, like I said, this contract here will lead him to right before he's 30, and then he'll be eligible for a 5-year, $417 million contract extension with the Lakers. Okay, he won't be eligible for that contract extension nowhere else if he walks in free agency, even if he opts out in 2028, 2029. So just to let you guys know, that is about when he hits 30, and that is usually when a superstar likes to sign his biggest contract, right? Because after he hits 30, then by the end of that contract, he'll be 35 potentially, and you won't get nearly as big of the contract unless you're still playing in your prime like LeBron James. Then you're still getting big contracts, but they're usually shorter deals once you turn 35. Usually 2 or 3 year deals, usually, right? But again, you just never know. With his play style, you know, he doesn't really rely on athleticism. He can really last a long time, assuming he stays healthy, right? But it's good. It's so good to be here, guys. And we knew we were going to do it officially August 2. I thought he was eligible August 3rd. I guess I was off by a day. You know, they agreed today, and that is when the deal will be inked. Hey, Katrina, good to see you. She said, signed, seal, delivered. Yes, thanks for breaking the news. You are simply the best. Appreciate you, Katrina. Actually, it's funny. I would have went live right when it happened, but like I said, I had a late night last night. Got in late and woke up a little bit late, but I'm excited just to be here with you guys, celebrating the latest from the greatest, the Lakers. You know, let's go, Luka, Laker for life. You know what, JoJo? I do believe Luka's going to be here. It's hard to say for life, right? Because there's very few players that end up with one franchise, but I do believe there's a chance of that. All right, he's the type of superstar that ingratiates himself with the front office and the fans, and that's a rarity. Usually, superstars have an ego, and they either clash with the fans or with the front office or with somebody. They clash it with somebody. Luka's just not that guy. Even though he got traded, and the thing I have to commend him from, and I have to, pick up a little bit on this from him, is that they destroyed him, man, with all the talks, and he didn't fire back. He didn't fire back. He never fired back and made it personal. He still said he loved the city of Dallas and the fans, and it is what it is. He got dealt, and he put on his big boy pants and performed, and now he is on the verge, in my opinion, of potentially winning the MVP this season. All right, assuming he stays healthy, because he's in the best basketball shape of his career. I heard Draymond Green the other day in his podcast say that this was the best he's seen Luka since his rookie year, as far as shape goes. And that's insane, because there was a lot of Mavericks fans that were saying that Luka would never get in shape. Listen, man, Los Angeles is just a different animal. I've been trying to tell folks, we're not judging the Lakers with the same measuring stick we judge the Dallas Mavericks or any other franchise. It's the Lakers and then everybody else, right? And that's just the reality of it. When you're here, it's going to motivate you to be the best version of yourself. And that is if you're a great player. If you're not a great player, then you're going to shrink under the bright lights and disappear. We've seen that happen too. Russell Westbrook, right? But if you're an amazing player, which we believe and we know that Luka is, he's going to rise to the level, and we've seen that. That's why the moment we traded for him, I predicted that he would get in shape this summer and potentially compete for an MVP the next season. And that's what's going to happen. It's about to happen, guys. We're about to see a great season. A lot of fans believe we didn't improve in a lot of departments. We were a top 3 seed. We won 50 games last year in the tough Western Conference, in spite of injuries, in spite of a rookie coach. Okay. Now we added Marcus Smart. When healthy, he's a top 10 defender in this league, when healthy, at his position. We added DeAndre Ayton, who has always had potential, but it's never really fully developed, right? We got, hopefully, an in-shape Luka and healthy Luka, right? Most importantly. And a very motivated LeBron, because he's inching towards the end of his career, regardless of if he's disgruntled or not. We'll find out soon enough. He's very motivated. He always is. Great players always are. Okay, that's not to mention the rest of the roster, which is Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Vando, who, according to multiple reports, is the healthiest he's been in a long time. Like this is going to be a good season, and I think some fans are underplaying how good of a season this has the potential to be. We got better. We're already a 50-win team, and we got better on paper. Now, all we got to do is see it on the court, and hopefully it is as good as I think it is going to be, and hopefully you guys believe it as well. Contracts in the 2030s are going to exceed 100 million per year. That's wild. That goes to show how we need to adjust to how we look at these numbers. 25 today is more the new 10 or 12 in the old example. Yeah, I've been saying the same thing all summer, man. Is people are saying Austin Reeves isn't worth a contract extension worth 30+ mil. We need to reevaluate that. He already got underpaid in his last contract. He's probably going to be properly paid on the next one, whether people like him or not, right? It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Let's freaking go. So hyped, Dan. Luka going to get some chips. I believe it. I believe it, fam. And by the way, based on all the reports, Luka's going to have a lot to say on how the Lakers operate moving forward. He is truly the new face of the franchise. And, the fact that we waited for the first day to extend him and he extended, I think that's a good omen moving forward for our relationship with Luka. Luka's a very loyal dude. If you're loyal to him, he'll be loyal to you. And you can see it. It starts with this contract extension, and then we'll continue, hopefully, with a great relationship down the stretch, man. I love Luka, and I can't wait to see what the Lakers have in store for us as far as building through and around him. And we got our next star. For years, Laker fans always used to ask me, Dan, who are we going to get next? This is one of the names that I would mention that I was hoping for. This is one of them. It's not the name, but this is one of them, right? And this guy is a top 5 player in the league. When he's out of shape, can you imagine how good he can be when he's in shape? Think about it, right? Let's see. Now prefer to draft those guys because of their loyalty over American players that grew up playing AAU and stuff. Very loyal, man. Very loyal. Their values, their traditions, everything about these foreign players is super loyal. Dirk did the same thing. We saw Dirk stay with one franchise his entire career, right? So, Dan, do you have the Luka jersey? I don't have it yet. Yes, I'm rocking it right now, JoJo. Luka, 7-7. 7-7. Shout out to Quincy, man. Quincy got this for me. Everything I rock on here is gifts from you guys, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. You guys have truly blessed me beyond belief. Shout out to Tara, Mookie, Quincy. Beautiful. Extension makes the offseason an A+. Yes, absolutely. Because there was a lot of question marks when we acquired Luka. But again, for me, I'm never nervous about these kind of things because the Lakers wouldn't trade for a superstar if they didn't believe he was going to re-sign here. They're smarter than that. All right. The last time we did that was with Dwight Howard, and it ended up backfiring on him because he never had a successful career anywhere else he went until he came back here. So again, Luka made the right decision for his own career, and the Lakers made the right decision for our future. And that's the important thing right here is it's just a marquee franchise, again, marrying a marquee player. It's a match made in heaven, and it's going to produce a lot of championship contention and a lot of revenue and a lot of everything, all the good stuff, right? And by the way, I think he already pledged $5 million to some foundation. I didn't exactly read who. I had barely woke up when I read it, but Luke is just a great dude. He's already given back to the community. And, this is, I can't overstate how important it is for this extension to happen now. And we don't have to go into free agency and worry about this next offseason, right? We had no financial advantage over other teams, right? After this trade. That's one thing you guys have to know, right? It means we had to sell them on this team, on this franchise, on this city. But you don't need to sell that. When you're the Lakers, you have that advantage, right? And then this happened in the midst of a sale. So this means that Luka already believes in the new ownership. He knows the new ownership is here, and it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. This marriage right here, again, is going to produce a lot of happiness for fans like me and you, and especially, which is the most important thing, right? Because we're the ones that make the ball go round. He said you can't spell Luka without LA. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. The Don, all right, has entered the chat. Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Gap Boy? Didn't I tell you guys though not to worry about it? Told you guys, man. It's the Lakers, baby. They know what they're doing, and Luka again. He seemed really intelligent. He seems really intelligent. I know he is. That's why he's one of the best guards in the league, even though he's a wing, but he's a point forward. Um, he's cerebral, guys. A smart player knows what this market holds, and the good news for Luka is he's gonna make up all the money he lost in this market, over the years, from sponsorships to commercial deals to everything, man. And we get a little article here from Dave McMiniman who says Doncic might have made a multi-year commitment to the Lakers, but he expects to be in contention every year. Says Doncic displayed his urgency through the offseason fitness regimen and taking a role in recruiting DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart to LA. And he has done it by taking a partnership approach. After the Lakers president of basketball operations and general manager Rob Pelinka and the coach JJ Redick took Doncic and his business manager Lara Beth Seeger to dinner in May, the 6'6" guard left with a greater understanding of the team's books. The team left with a better understanding of Doncic's desires. And this is what Luka had to say to ESPN. He said, "I don't want to wait," Doncic told the table. A source familiar with the conversation told ESPN. And this is what Luka said. He said, "I had a taste of the finals. I'm getting back there." I love that shit. He said, "So let's do whatever we can now." That's a promise from Luka right there, man. You can see the passion in him. And those are my favorite type of players. And I said it from the moment we acquired Luka and even before, Luka's going to be the best killer we had. And again, not comparing, but I'm saying we had, and keyword here, so they don't twist my words. Right? So the haters don't twist my words. Luka's going to be the best killer, a.k.a. closer, a.k.a. finisher, a.k.a. clutch player we've had since Kobe Bryant. That's a lot of pressure on Luka. But if it's his team now, he has to be able to close. We're going to hold him to that standard, which means there's going to be nights when we slander the shit out of his game, and there's going to be nights when we praise him, a lot of nights when we praise him. But it comes with the territory. When you're a Laker, Luka, you're saying you're going to get us back to that finals. All right? That's a promise. And I can't wait for it. We're going to hold you to that. We're going to hold Luka to the same standard we held LeBron, the same standard we held Kobe Bryant and all the superstars that came before them. Because this here is a Batman. This is no Robin, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Batman. D-Free says the only advantage that we had was that we would be able to give him that deal in a couple years. While he would be eligible for more money, he wouldn't be able to get the Supermax. Facts. That's it. And again, he's going to make a lot of the money up that he lost already. For sure, D-Free. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Cause for celebration, man. If you guys are as happy as I am, hit that like button for your boy one time. Subscribe if you already haven't. I do appreciate you guys, man. This is probably the last news we'll have in quite some time, unless the Lakers still make a deal here. So we'll see when's the next time you guys see me. Regardless, I do have that podcast on the second channel. Tap in. I might drop an episode today. I'm thinking about today or for sure tomorrow at the latest. But tap in there, man, on Primetime TV. Dan, do you think Luka can make Ayton an all-star? It's hard to make the all-star, especially in the Western Conference. You got guys like Jokic. The West is stacked. But I think he can make him play to the level of a perennial all-star. I think he can make him play to that level, yes. And not only Luka, but LeBron. We can't discredit LeBron's playmaking. Been tremendous throughout the course of his Laker career. And so having both of those players, and you still got Austin, who's also can turn you into a lob threat, who can play pick and roll with you. We're going to have plenty of options there to get our bigs involved, especially guys like DeAndre, who are skilled, has great hands, and can finish around the basket. Yes, I believe that trio of players, that crop right there, who are elite playmakers, can all make Ayton better. Now, here's the thing. Ayton is going to not only have to work on the offensive end, but he has to work on the defensive end. That means not getting into foul trouble. That's going to all factor into him potentially playing like a perennial all-star. He has to be a two-way guy. He has to be able to get up and down. And I believe the players we have are the type of players to reward you if you sprint down the court quickly. If you get there before anybody else. I think Luka will have those full court passes. LeBron, even Austin, when they see Ayton down the court. And that's going to motivate your big man to really be locked in and playing both sides of the basketball. Right? So, yes, to answer your question, yes, I do believe that there's a chance that Ayton will elevate his play for sure. What up, Just Speak? Good to see you, man. Luka Mamba on the board is exciting. Let's go. It is very exciting. But it's like when you know the ending of a movie. We knew this was going to happen, Just Be. We knew it already, man. We knew he was going to sign here. And like I said, only the casuals and the haters didn't know that. And but the diehards, we've seen this dance. We've seen this movie before. We've seen superstars come through and commit because they know this is the best place to be. Luka, a lot of people say, oh, man, he doesn't look happy there. He looks sad. Of course he was sad. He built everything within a community, right? And he had just purchased a house in Dallas. And there you go. And he gets traded just like that. Of course he was sad. Who wouldn't be sad? But he was also happy on the back end of that because he knew that he got traded to a better situation. He'll now be able to contend for not one title because Dallas, they're the type, they contend for one title and then disappear for the next 15 years. Okay? That's what happened with Dirk, right? So they'll contend for multiple titles and he'll have that opportunity because he plays for a bigger market. Now he's playing for a rich owner. Right now, they don't have that excuse no more. And he plays for the number one team in the world. We're talking about basketball, right? Joe, how you doing, brother? Any chance of acquiring a backup center before the season begins? Sorry, I can't trust Hayes. I think there is a chance. However, I think there'll be a bigger chance around the trade deadline. I think this team is good enough to compete and to have us 10 games above 500. But I think at some point they'll realize that Jackson Hayes is just not going to be trustable. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope Jackson Hayes grows into that role as a backup. And I hope he keeps his hands to himself and doesn't, continue committing crimes. But I do not trust him either. I'm right there with you, man. Again, very, very excited. And man, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier for the Lakers, for the fan base, for the organization, everything. This is what we deserve, really. When you trade your assets for a player, for a good player, you hope that he re-signs, right?
Oh, DTLF thanks you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, JT Cool. He said, I'm hearing the Lakers got a new jersey. Have you seen them, and how's it looking? Well, the Lakers are going to bring back the city. You guys remember the pyramid jerseys? They're going to bring those back. Now, what I'm hoping they bring back, JT, and I haven't seen these yet, but I'm hoping they bring back the classic gold, right? If they can bring back the classic purple and gold, like the traditional colors, I'd be so excited about that. I go and rush over there. I go straight to Staples Center to get me a jersey just so I can have it on the same day because we haven't seen those. Now, these are still beautiful. The banana yellow, these are still beautiful, but I like the gold. I don't know about you guys. I have a Lamar Odom jersey, an old school one. I got a Shaq jersey, the old school ones, and the colors, they just look so much cooler in gold. I don't know why we went away from that, but I hope they bring it back. It used to be purple and gold, not purple and yellow. We need to go back to that because purple and gold, those are royal colors, fam. Those are royal colors, and we need those. But JT, cool. Thank you so much, brother, for the blessing right there with the super chat. And man, you guys are awesome. And I got my brother, man, as always, blessing it. Let me run the tape.
I want to thank you for becoming a member. On DTLS channel, we're a family, and together we win.
Thank you so much, David. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for gifting the 5 memberships, man. Everybody, shout out to David. If you got a membership, make sure to thank him because this brother right here just blessed the chat with 5 memberships. Again, thank you so much, bro. Always doing so much for the Lakers community, and you're goated for that, man. Appreciate you, bro. Lakers fan unity, he said, but I knew Luka was signed. Yeah, we all did. All the diehard Laker fans knew Luka was signed. That's just the thing about Laker fans. We've been through it all, man. We've seen it all. We've seen the uneducated players not sign, and then the really intelligent players go ahead and ink that deal because the city of Los Angeles comes with so much opportunity. Unless you're a Clipper, that comes with no opportunity. But if you're a Laker, the real franchise in LA, you get endorsement deals, you get all kinds of promotion, you get to become the face of major brands. You get a lot of sponsorships. I even benefit from that. Being in Angelino myself, being here in Southern California, I benefit from that. You see my phenomenal sponsorship here, Underdogs, Prize Picks. I've been sponsored by amazing companies, so it's a huge benefit. I'm not sure if I was, somewhere else, if I would get the same benefits, but just being a part of a major city, you just get amazing benefits and that's just if we're talking money. That don't get me started on the weather. Don't get me started on the wonderful people. Don't get me started on everything, right? Let's see here. He said, we need the Black Mamba editions in rotation every other week. Bro, if they can bring back the Mamba snakeskin ones, and by the way, shout out to Q because he hooked me up with multiple jerseys, and I actually have 2 of those snakeskin edition Luka jerseys, which are freaking phenomenal, man. I'm so blessed, man. And yes, it would be awesome if the Lakers wore those because we won championship with those, right? We was in the finals with those the last time we won, and they've been put away. So we need to bring those back for sure. Again, if you guys are interested in other topics, non-basketball related, movie reviews, food reviews, gaming, pop culture, everything else, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel right here that Kimiko just posted because I'm going to be very active there now that we don't have a lot of basketball to talk about. I'm still going to be here if anything breaks, but most likely this might be the last news we get till, next month, early September, mid to late September. So, yeah, most likely August. There might not be too much to talk about, but we're still going to do videos. I'm thinking of doing a couple of debate episodes here, man. We've had a lot of GOAT talk, so we'll see what we pop up here on this channel. So make sure you guys are here. And also playback. Yes, the NFL season is back. Hopefully we get that on Playback TV. Make sure you guys follow over there as well. Let's see. Rhino Maid says, Dan, I don't care. Call me delusional. But if Giannis and Jokic didn't sign their extensions next season, mark my words, Giannis or Jokic is coming to the Lakers. I wouldn't call you delusional, my friend, ever. No Laker fan is delusional because we've seen it all. Anything is possible, right? I would much prefer Giannis. But yes, I can definitely see a partnership between Jokic and Luka, even though I don't want to see it. All right. Shout out to Kimiko, who called them the Flatfoot Bros. I think that'd be the perfect nickname for the least athletic duo of all time. But they would still be really good and very formidable, of course, high IQ players. I think around Luka, we need to surround him around as much defense and athleticism as possible. And Jokic is none of those. Giannis, on the other hand, is, right? He is both of those things. And those are the kind of players that I think go best with a player like Luka. Defense and athleticism, right? Are you going to cover the Slovenian team this summer? If they air it on Playback TV, yes. And I might even do a couple of post games and talk about Luka and his performance. Yeah, sure. Why not? Right? Would you guys be up to it? Let me know. If you guys are up to it, man, drop a like. Let me know, fam. Let's see. I hope Stafford isn't washed up this year. Bro, he's already coming in with injuries. I don't know if you guys remember, I wanted us to move away from Stafford last season, but after last season, but again, we'll see. He has tremendous heart. That's one thing I can never take away from him. He's a Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famer for sure. Champion. We love Matthew Stafford, but I did think it was time to draft a younger quarterback. I was hoping Shador. He was still on the board a couple of times, but the Rams know what they're doing. They draft extremely well. I will never doubt them. I'm not a fan of Jimmy Garoppolo, though. Jimmy Garoppolo as a starter for the first couple of weeks is going to hurt me because I'm definitely not a fan of his. Pretty boy, not that great. He's not that great. The ladies love him just because of his looks, but the fellas hate him because he's mentally weak and fragile. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. But let's hope that the O-line and the defense holds up till Matthew Stafford gets back. But I am concerned about his health. He's at that age now where he's going to be very, very fragile. And he said, just by the Luka re-signing, Lakers get an A+ for the offseason. For me, I'm gonna give him an A, only because the plus. I'm a very harsh critic. The plus for me would be, I had him at a B+. I had him here. I had him at a B+ before the Luka signing, but this to me elevates him to an A. If they want that plus from me, they still have to trade for a good backup big, or an elite combo guard to come off the bench like a Malik Monk. Either of those two things happen, they get the plus from me. I'm a harsh critic, man. I wouldn't be mad at you guys for giving them the plus, but for me, a plus needs to be a perfect offseason. This was close to it. Don't get me wrong. You extended Luka. You got your big man, your starting caliber big man. You signed Marcus Smart, right? Who I've been wanted. It's an A. It's an A. But give me the plus. We get the backup big that's not Jackson Hayes, or we get that combo guard that can fill it up big time. Because remember, last year in the playoffs, we couldn't score off the bench. We were one of the worst, if not the worst, scoring teams off the bench. Can't have that. Dan, have you done a fans all-time top 5 or top 10 Lakers poll? A Lakers poll for the all top 5, top 10. I haven't, but I might actually do that. That's not a bad idea, Dario. See what you guys think. It's hard to poll it though, because they only give you like 4 options when you do a poll, a voting poll. So yeah, I don't know how to do a poll with the top 10, but you definitely can drop it in the comment section. Definitely, for sure. And that's something that's always going to alternate because as we continue to proceed, future Lakers will continue to move up that board. So I don't like to have a list set in stone. I like to have a flexible list. Right? Don't sleep on Wendy coming to LA in the future. I would love Wemby. That is my dream target for the Lakers. Here's my only concern about Wembayama is, and this is my concern with everybody that's over 7 feet tall. Can they stay healthy? We see what happened with Porzingis, 7'2", health issues. We see what happened with Yao, right? 7'4", health issues. Most super tall players have a short career. And this is why I think they're doing the research with Wemby. This is why Wemby does yoga and why he does different things to try to get his body prepared, because I hope he has a long career. He's a great player. And yeah, that's my only concern with him. When are we getting some more over the hedge? You know what, bro? Sooner than you think. I mean, the season's really around the corner. It's only 2 months away. But most likely when the season is back, bro, because I really like in the moment stuff when people are really emotional, right? But we can really go over the hedge anytime, including when with this contract extension, because let's be honest. Let's be honest, fam. It is, I think, very interesting that there were so many haters out there that were saying that Luka wasn't going to extend, that he was going to leave for the Knicks, that he was going to re-sign with the Mavericks, just crazy stuff. And I think it's ironic that they call Laker fans delusional when in the truth, we might be the most sane fan base out there. We say we have a chance at somebody, we usually do. You guys remember when we were rumored to be trading for Dwight Howard? Man, I wish I had a YouTube channel back then because I got in so many fights with so many people verbally about that topic. I kept telling people, man, I think there's a chance we're going to get Dwight Howard. Right? This was around the time we lost to the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. The rumors had already started, and my friends were like, man, you Laker fans are crazy. I was like, crazy enough, it could happen. And man, you guys should have seen the faces of my friends when it actually did happen. We almost landed Chris Paul as well. That's another good one right there. Chris Paul was another one that was rumored, and we almost landed him. We basically landed him until the commissioner cheated. Right. But the Laker fan base might be the most sane fan base. There's these other fan bases that make crazy narratives up like, oh, Luka looks unhappy. Oh, LeBron's unhappy, so Luka's not going to sign. Oh, those are the real crazy narratives, right? The ones where we start talking about Giannis prematurely or Wemby or Jokic, it's not very outlandish. The Lakers always position themselves to get mega stars, and I say half of the time we do get them, right? That's a 50-50 chance every time. So, yeah, man. I'm proud to be a Laker fan. It's never going to be a dull moment. Remember this. Haters will always say things like this. This is how you can spot a hater in the community or in the chat. They'll say stuff like, oh, when said player retires, you guys are going to be irrelevant. They'll say things like that, right? They'll say crazy things like that. And really, they're just exposing themselves. We know that the Lakers are never irrelevant, ever. Ever. He said, if we have gotten CP3, Kobe would have got 6 and possibly been saved from that Achilles tear. I agree. I've always said the same thing, Solo. Great minds, brother. If we had got if we had CP3, Kobe Bryant would have had to do less of the heavy lifting. Not to mention that those were Chris Paul's elite years. He was in his prime. I do believe we would have won more championships for sure. And we still had, people forget, we still had, who was it? Andrew Bynum? Yeah, we still had Andrew Bynum because we had traded Gasol in that package. And we still had Andrew Bynum, who they were going to then flip for Dwight Howard. So it would have been Chris Paul, Dwight Howard, Bynum. And the league caught wind of this, and they didn't allow it to happen for basketball reasons. But the only reason was hating on the Lakers, right? Let's see. My boy Rico said, "What up, Dan? I got an old school Nick Van Exel jersey that looks fire. I love the old school jerseys. I'm saying who here in the chat? I gotta know, chat. Just drop some fire emojis or hit the like button, whatever. Who here would love to bring the original gold back to jerseys? I want to know by if you're not down, drop like a frozen, like a cold emoji. But if you're down, I need to see some damn heat, some heat in the chat, because I think a lot of us would love the classic gold back. I don't know about you guys. Banana yellow is cool, but it's not as cool as the gold. So I need that back for real. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys agree with me. So I just want to see by way of participation. I'll get to it in a little bit. What up, CJ? Good to see you, bro. He said, "What up, Dan? Worked last night, and I'm late for this special day. So happy for Luka extended to the team. I knew he was going to recoup all that money he lost from the Mavs. Laker for life." We were all extremely excited, man. This is a new era, new dawn of an era. I'm sorry, the dawn of a new era. And Luka Doncic is here, man. He's here to stay, and it's nothing that surprises us. We all knew it, CJ. We all know it. And there you go. There you have it. Look at all the fire emojis. Lakers. Come on. Bring back the golden jerseys. I don't see one single ice emoji. Nobody here that doesn't like the idea of bringing back the gold. I think, can you imagine how much money they will make the moment they bring those back? That and the Mamba edition jerseys, right? Think about that. Like, everybody here who answered wants to see that back. I know I wasn't in the minority there. They got to bring those back, man. Everybody loves retro. I think the Cavs are bringing back the old, like, wine gold and dark blue, and I think they're bringing back those jerseys. So maybe there's a chance that everybody goes retro. I think I just seen the Utah Jazz bring back something that was really, really cool as well. So yeah, it's one of them things, man, that hopefully they bring that back, because I really don't know why we ever went away from it. I get it that we're trying to be new and fresh and updated, but let's be honest, man. But this is the Luka Doncic video here. I don't want to stray too much away from that. What do you guys think this Luka signing means? For me, it means a lot. It means that the Lakers are back on track as far as being a marquee franchise. It means that Luka believes in what the Lakers are selling, and basically they sold to him. It means that free agents, he already recruited 2 solid free agents, man, and Marcus Smart and Ayton. Can you imagine when those max contracts become available? And I do believe next year one will. I do believe LeBron's slot will open up, and also the fact that, you know, Austin Reeves comes off the books and a couple other players. I think we're going to have money to spend next offseason. I haven't looked that far down, but I think Luka's going to be a major player in that. Like, there's just so much that this has potential to do for our Lakers. And he's eligible for, as you can see here on the screen, for a $417 million contract in 2028, which of course he's going to sign, you know, assuming the Lakers don't trade him before then, which we shouldn't. So, yeah. No, I did not watch the Sparks vs. Storm game. I was out on a date with my girl. It was overdue, man. We had done so much last week. We're like, you know what? Let's go on a date. We want to go see F1. Great movie. Go check it out. I won't do a review for that one on my second channel, only because that movie was already out for quite some time. But I didn't see the Sparks game, but I saw that they went into double overtime and they won. So I'm very proud of my Sparks. And hopefully they can make a run for the playoffs, because I would cover them extensively if they make the playoffs. And, you know, we got Cam Brink back. Rakia Jackson's been playing amazing. She had a game winner the other night. You know, I want to cover more of the Sparks for sure. But I need them to make the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs in the last couple seasons. I need them to make the playoffs, okay? We have the talent. We've just been unhealthy. Cam Brink is back. Let's get it. Let's see. LeBron should come back next year on a Tim Duncan discount. One thing I've found out about LeBron is that he is a firm believer. And again, reading this book right here, I'm reading this book. All right. He's a firm believer in never taking discounts. Matter of fact, he believes he's worth a lot more. He believes every contract extension, he should be worth $500 million. So I don't think in my lifetime I will ever see him take a pay cut. The closest thing to that happened last offseason when he was willing to take a couple million off, like $4 to $5 million, if the Lakers signed somebody major, but Rob Pelinka didn't deliver. So that's the closest thing to a pay cut. But as far as a Tim Duncan deal, this man, I'm sure he's going to want max dollars. Will anybody give him that? TBD. But I think he's all about maximizing. He's all about his money. And shout out to him. I never criticize somebody's pockets or what they're making or what they want to make. That's between them and their family. He's a provider, so that's for him and his future generations. But yeah, there's a chance that he might not re-up. We'll see. Nick the Quick is my favorite Laker. Let me get that jersey. I don't have a Nick Van Exel jersey, bro, but if I did, it'd be a part of my collection. I feel you. Nick Van Exel was amazing. Amazing player, man. Eddie Jones was an amazing player too. Lakers always had them flashy stars, man, and awesome stars. And now we got another one with Luka. 417 plus. What will make until then $500 million? Wow. Basketball is where it's at. Sports in general is where it's at. I mean, you see what the baseball stars are making too, what the soccer stars are making. Soccer stars get paid more than anybody. Soccer stars like CR7 and Messi, these guys getting paid out their mind. I think that's the number one paid sport in the world, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have any kids, definitely teach them to play sports, because that could be a generational wealth for them. It's amazing, man. Dan, I've been watching highlights from the mid-2000s to early 2010, and the way they played was so different. I can't stand today's game. No post game, no running sets, no pick and rolls and threes. Yeah, it's very different, Kylo. One thing I will say is that it's very quick paced, and I do believe that has to do with a lot of the injuries today. I don't think our body is meant to withstand an 82 game season of pushing the pace. I really don't. I don't think so. So it's quick paced, and it's very much so in your face. Like it's either dunks or threes nowadays. A lot of the footwork outside of some foreign players like Luka, Doncic, Jokic, Giannis. Some of these guys have tremendous footwork still, because that's the way they're taught overseas. But the American AAU players, I think Kobe Bryant said it best. They've lost a lot of that, man. Just the 3-point shooting and dunking and layups. There's no mid game. That's why I like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and superstars like him being the future faces of the league, and Luka, right? Because the game is going to hopefully go back to what it was, which was an in-between game, and mix it up, right? And I hope that we eventually get amazing post players. Like Wemby got to develop a post game, because he's going to be one of the faces of the league as long as he's healthy. We need to see more well-versed, well-rounded games. That's what makes him unstoppable. I think that's what makes Shea so unstoppable, is the fact that he can pull up for three, but that's not the main thing in his game. He will take you to the post. He has the midi. Of course, he's got all the ability to draw fouls and get to the free throw line, but which he's criticized for. But for him, it's a good thing. It keeps the defenses on their toes, and it makes you more unpredictable than if you're just jacking up threes and trying to get to the rim, right? So yeah, it's nice to see that the game is transitioning back. Even Ant-Man has an in-between game, even though he's still got a lot of room for improvement. These new stars are kind of going away from the Curry era, and they're going back to the Kobe era, right? Which is nice, because this Curry era has been one of the worst products of basketball that I have ever seen in my life. And again, damn near 30 years of watching basketball, and I feel you, bro. The great Kobe Bryant called it accidental basketball. Hey, he knew, man. He took a glimpse into the future, and he knew what was going to happen, right? But all in all, guys, again, this is a big celebration video because Luka the Don has signed his contract extension, and that means that the future for the Lakers is always bright, just like we always say here. It's always bright here. Even when we have our down years, there's always something positive happening. And you see that Luka smile right there? That's how every Laker fan should be smiling, because great things are on the horizon, all right? But that is going to wrap it up for me, guys, here. Hopefully I have more content to make on this channel in August. Hopefully we get some more news. If anything breaks, even if it's non-Laker related, I will go live with the NBA Newswire, and I'll give you guys that. But for now, guys, this might be the last Laker-related news video. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully there's more. But probably until September. So, again, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your summer. Those of you that don't follow me on Primetime TV, enjoy your summer, guys. Love you guys. And those of you that do follow me on Primetime and Playback, plenty of content coming. Got the podcast over there, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys are there as well. Richard says, Dan, how are you, bro? Dan, why he didn't sign a 4th year? Because he's going to be eligible, right? That'll bring him up to 10 years in the league after the 3rd year. Once he opts out, he can then sign a max 5-year deal worth $417. That's the real reason why. He wanted to keep his option so that he can, right before he hits 30, he can sign that, $400 million contract extension. But appreciate you, Kimmy Goat. Thank you so much, everybody here in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Go celebrate. Go buy yourself something nice, man. Go get some Chipotle or something, to celebrate this contract extension, guys. And again, bright things coming up ahead. I cannot wait for October. You guys know the coverage is going to go full blasted on here October. So stay tuned for that. If you already haven't, please subscribe. And the Lakers press conference is starting in a bit, I think. Right, Danny? I'll take your word for it. I'm about to get off now. Thank you guys so much. My guy said Chipotle is trash. No, you got to know how to order, bro. You got to know how to order. Here, let me give you guys a little hack. Never order double protein right off the bat. If you're going to order double protein, which I do most of the time, I wait till they serve I say steak first. I wait till they serve that. And then I say double protein. Then I get the honey chicken, right? The honey Chipotle chicken for sure. Thank you guys. No, seriously, thank you, Kimmy Coat. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you, especially you, Kimmy, who you've been putting in that work. That raise is coming. That raise is coming starting next season. Appreciate you, Kimmy. You the best. Greatest mod of all time. Richard, thank you so much, brother. He said, Dan, drop some music since you ain't dropping videos. I am. I'm in the booth, bro. I'm in the booth. I've been in the booth since last week. The album's still scheduled to drop October 31st. So stay tuned. I will be dropping songs in between leading up to the album. I'll be dropping hit singles from said album. So I cannot wait. And thank you for suggesting it. Yes, it is in the works, brother. Thank you guys. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up via DMs. A lot of you guys, man, and it inspires me to keep going even harder and locking in for this album. It's going to be exciting, man. I can't wait. So keep it locked, guys. Hope to make more videos for you guys this month. But next month, for sure, we're going to hit the ground running. But go Lakers. Congratulations to Luka and all the Laker fans, guys. It's your day. Celebrate it. Enjoy it. Have a great rest of your weekend. See you guys soon. Peace.